part that I did not get to yet has to do with the importance of having purpose. Having purpose. That's the, AGE is engage finding out what your purpose is. Without that, why? Why
Maybe
even
because it's part two, maybe you can just summarize AGE.
A had to do with engaging your mindset. Know what kind of conversations go on in your own head about yourself. Self-talk is very powerful. And
So it's attitude.
it's attitude.
A for attitude, right?
Yeah, you've got to really engage that and bring it out.
Right.
So then get physical.
G, get physical.
And it means in whatever form it takes, it has to follow the natural biomechanic way in which we naturally move.
And that's a whole journey.
That is.
That's a whole journey. That's a lifelong learning process.
Yeah, it is.
And then E?
And E has to do with engage your life's purpose. What is it? How many stories do you remember when people retire and
6 months later, they're gone?
They're gone. Why is that? Well, it has to do with them losing their sense of purpose. Very interesting thing happened to me, Arnie. I went back into my materials that I wrote over 20 years ago, and I unearthed a phrase that was there. And it said, retirement is not an option.
Good decision at an early age.
Yeah, it's not an option because retire, and the next question will come out was, retire from what?
And going to what?
Yeah, and going to what? So that I kept on working and working and working, and because it kept on coming out in all the stuff that I wrote, retirement's not an option. And I don't mean you have to work the same gig for the rest of your life. It means you have to be dedicated to something that is meaningful to you, that makes a contribution to your life as well as to the people that are around you.
That's it. I want to just emphasize it. Making in your life, to make a contribution to your life and to society, to contribute to the advancement of society. Your destiny or calling has to have that. To be fully engaged, you must have that. A person, when they retire, just dedicated to fun, going for this game and that game and this card game and then playing this or going to a movie, that can only go so far. Most men, particularly, will get pretty bored with it and won't live too long doing it. There's only so much fun you can have doing that.
Well, a person may, this might be, they like golf? Well, if a person said, I want to prove that even though I was not a professional golfer in my youth, I could join the senior circuit and compete and be an inspiration.
That's a purpose.
That's the purpose.
That's a purpose.
That's not just playing golf, okay?
Because it's meant to uplift others.
Yes.
That's the key.
Yeah, that is the key.
And that's certainly been the case for you.
Yeah, it has, because I'm always looking for new ways of giving expression to what I do. I have not been back to my training in Hapkido, but I intend to do that as soon as my schedule clears.
Because you were, 71 when you became a black belt?
Yes, 71.
Yes.
I'm intending to take the second degree test, which is a really rigorous test. So I'm gonna be doing that probably within the.
So how should people engage their purpose in life? How do people then just ask the question? At least asking the question, what is my purpose in life? What do I want to achieve in this next phase? What would you recommend?
That takes a engagement of really exploration. It's not something that just pops out of the bookcase. It's something you have to work at. Well, what kinds of things excited you when you were growing up?
What was your dream? A lot of times people didn't live their dream, their passion.
I think in some degree, is to take what I know and pass it on to other people. I taught high school for a few years, and as a counselor as well as a psychologist. And I really enjoyed the kids, really enjoyed them. Didn't like the system as much.